Welcome into the Big Little Podcast, everybody. I'm your host, Patrick Previty. That is Andrew Greig. The Pacers stole game 2 and game 1, so we're going to be talking about that today. Initial thoughts on the Pacers taking this game.
Man, Tyrese Haliburton, there might need to start being some uncomfortable conversations starting soon. If Tyrese Haliburton keeps on playing with like this, his second game winner in 3 games. I mean, just an overall really interesting game, really fun from start to finish. Obviously, Cavs get off to a hot start, and then the Pacers just stay in there. They're just like the annoying little brother who's constantly like bugging on your door. They're in there the whole game, right, ranging between like anywhere from 15 to 10 points, and then they just made a crazy run at the end. Obviously, they won an 8-0 run in the last 50 seconds of the game to kind of win that game, and then the offensive rebound to Tyrese Haliburton dribbling it out and then stepping back for the game winner was the highlight of that game, which had so many highlights. Obviously, Donovan Mitchell has like what should have been like an all-time playoff performance, 48 points from him, and just an all-time great performance, except for the fact that he doesn't get the win, and partially because of him, that turnover late was very impactful and probably could have been a flagrant foul, and just in general wasn't the greatest last little stretch from him. But overall, a really, really fun game. And I mean, Tyrese Haliburton, he's been coming in clutch for the Pacers really effectively recently.
Yeah, Tyrese Haliburton is starting to build a little bit of a legend for himself, at least in the playoffs. What, the first and second round? I mean, that's enough. He's been playing super well. He's had two go-ahead / game-winning shots in the last 3 games. Evan Mobley, DeAndre Hunter, and Darius Garland were all out in this game, but Max Strus kind of picked it up a little bit. And Jared Allen played well in this game as well. The Cavs had a commanding lead for a good portion of this game, as you mentioned, but the Pacers kind of came back and stole it. Anything that you're looking at from this game that maybe potentially that the Cavs are going to have to fix going forward to game 3?
I mean, just keeping up the defensive intensity for more than 12 minutes at a time. I mean, like they were saying at the halftime show and just in general, like on the broadcast, they talked about how the Cavs came out and they just wanted it more than the Pacers. And it's a little bit strange to think that even in a game where the Cavaliers played so hard, obviously they're missing all of those players that you just mentioned, but a game where they went up by 22 separate times and played so hard defensively that they would lose that game. But I mean, defensive intensity for all 4 quarters has to be a point of emphasis, because when you give up only 15 points in the first quarter and then the next quarter or the next 3 quarters back to back, you give up at least 35, 34 points. That is absurd. They give up 35 in the second, 34 in the third, and then 36 in the fourth. And it just can't happen. And losing your defensive grittiness and everything that came with that first quarter. I think they turned the ball. They turned the Pacers over 9 times in the first quarter, and then kind of just lost it from there. And you can just tell like the crowd was less energized, especially in that second half, because they weren't forcing those turnovers, they weren't making those stops, and the Pacers kind of just were able to come back and fight back every single time that the Cavs started getting a bigger lead.
Yeah, the Cavs almost feel like they're outnumbered in this series too, right? Because they're down 3 of their best, or 3 of their players that are among their best, and the Pacers feel like they have 6 guys, and they had 6 guys in double figures tonight that can really score the basketball and support Tyrese Haliburton whenever maybe he's not playing well. His time came in the fourth quarter in this game, but Pascal Siakam only had 12 points, and they were just fine offensively past the first quarter. Cavs came out firing. Obviously, they felt like their backs were against the wall after losing game 1 at home. Now that they've lost game 2 at home and they go back on the road, I have some serious concerns. They got to get healthy really, really quick, because I don't know what the series could end up looking like. This was a pretty demoralizing loss for the Cavs.
Yeah, I mean, is game 3 a must win? Are we putting
If a reporter asks that question, I guarantee you there's going to be somebody who walks out. Like if that's like tomorrow or any of the days, JJ Redick style, you have to, because they probably were already asking that after game 1.
Yeah, but I mean, like you mentioned, on the Pacer side of the ball, there are just so many guys who we haven't talked about it all that much, but they have so many good to really good players. I don't know that they have, like, on the Cavaliers end, you have Donovan Mitchell, who you think that can just win consistently. I don't know if you put Tyrese Haliburton in that category yet. Some people do, some people don't. But they have a lot of guys who can consistently contribute for them, like starting from Pascal Siakam, Aaron Nesmith, Miles Turner, Andrew Nembhard, Tyrese Haliburton. TJ McConnell didn't have the greatest game today, but he usually pushed the pace and is an effective player for them. Obi Toppin is streaky, but he can be good. Benedict Mathurin had a really good game. So they have like a solid core of 6 to 8 guys who can consistently give you really, really good minutes, and that's really crucial on a really good team. And I mean, you can see why they're conference finalists last year and are on the verge of possibly being conference finalists again this year.
Yeah, we talked about this a little bit. Tyrese Haliburton made the conference finals with this Pacers team last year, and we've seen some fraudulent-ish teams make it to the Eastern Conference Finals in years past, whether or not you want to say that's the Raptors or the Hawks team with Trae Young, but he's starting to like solidify himself as a true playoff riser or somebody that can lead a team. Now, on the other end, we're trying to look at Donovan Mitchell. Is he a true number one? He did all he could in this game. Obviously, they had a late turnover, and they were kind of sold this game, and you're looking at your number one player to take you home, and he wasn't able to do that at the very, very end of this game. Is there any doubts kind of that creeps into your mind whether or not Donovan Mitchell can truly take this team and flip the script in the rest of the series?
I mean, there's got to be down 2-0, especially when you're going to like you're not down 2-0 and the other team was at home and you're just trying to defend your home court. You're now down 2-0 when you are the home team and you don't know what the injury status is of those guys that we mentioned that are missing games now. You don't know if you're going to have another Max Strus game. As a Miami Heat fan, obviously I know Strus is on the loose, which used to be a big saying down in Miami, and you know that he can give you a game or two, but how many times is Strus is going to go for over 20 points? How consistently can you rely on players like that stepping up? So, I mean, Donovan Mitchell having 48 points and not being able to convert that into a win is definitely a moral loss for the Cavaliers in general because of the fact and the way it happened too. It's like the Pacers were out of this game for such an extended period of time. So just everything kind of you throw everything out the window, and obviously Game 3, it's a must win.
Declaring it a must win is definitely right for that. The Pacers gave up, but what they have like 8 or 9 turnovers in the first quarter. They were able to clean that up as the game went on. And that was also really crucial for them because they gave themselves a shot to get back in this game. When you're down early on in the first quarter and everything, you obviously have those next 3 quarters to kind of get yourself together and make a run at this. And like you said, they just never really went away. Didn't feel like they were completely out of this game at any point. And when the Cavs kind of came out swinging like a boxer in the first round, or the first couple rounds, who's trying to have a knockout punch and doesn't get the guy down, doesn't knock him down too much, doesn't get enough points on the scorecard. You know what? He got tired. And this Cavs team just simply didn't have enough. Now, Donovan Mitchell, what did he take? Like 30 shots in this game? And he took 21 free throws. I don't know how many shots he needs to take for this team to win one of these games or how many points essentially he's going to have to score. But he's going to have to, if those 3 guys are out again in Game 3, potentially have to put up 50 points. And we're going to have to see just a legendary game from Donovan Mitchell because I think this Pacers team, they've got to be flying high right now. This is an unbelievable spot. They're playing with house money.
No, 100%. I also, maybe this is a storyline that I'm late to, but just does it all feel like Donovan Mitchell was a significantly worse free throw shooter than you just imagine a guard of his caliber to be? Like he shot 6 for 9, 66% in the first game, and now 17 for 21. Obviously, if you're getting to the line that many times, you're gonna make a lot of them. But man, it just felt like just the arc on his shot, or I don't know what it is, but it feels like some of those. That was another point that I just want to make because it felt like he officially went 17 for 21, but one of them was a lane violation where he got to shoot it again, missed the first one, made the second one, so really could have been in the 70%. I don't. That's definitely a storyline that is more underlying, but it feels like a lot of guards like Curry or it feels consistently like guards are supposed to make their free throws, and it can be a little bit of a question mark on when he's on the line, which I think is just a funny another underscored point of the series. I don't know if that was just me watching this game, but I never felt confident when Donovan Mitchell was going to the line, even though he made 17 of 21, which is 81%. It's not bad, but it's not great.
I think I would kind of agree with that for his 3-point shot. It just wasn't there today, but I felt like the rest of his offensive game was. That was really kind of holding him back, and potentially if he hits a couple of those, obviously they would have won this game. They only lost by 1 point. But we'll have to wait and see what happens in Game 3. Obviously, the Cavs must win, as you mentioned, and they're going to have to go on the road to do it.